Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you're having a good night. Let's get straight to it.
Elon Musk, quien se mete conmigo se seca. Quien se mete con Venezuela se seca. Elon Musk. ¿Quieres pelea? Vamos a darle, Elon Musk. Estoy listo. Soy hijo de Bolívar y de Chávez. No te tengo miedo, Elon Musk. Vamos a darlo, pues. Donde quiera. Como decimos en Caracas, en los barrios. Si tú quieres, yo quiero, Elon Musk. Di dónde.
Common Sense 101. I got your big reason why you better not freaking vote for Kamala Harris. This X post made me so mad I almost threw the damn phone across the room. I need a goody powder because I have a headache. Why is it this illegal alien, this so-called migrant from Venezuela, left a receipt at the cash register in one of the New York City bodegas? Hold up. I'm going to tell you. Why is it that this heifer, who has never put anything into this country, never worked in this country, never paid Social Security tax, never paid a property tax, never put into the IRS, never paid anything into anything, came here with her damn hand stuck out, came from shithole country, wherever the hell you from, this individual left the receipt where she had just bought some food at the bodega. Okay? Her food stamp balance, let me make sure I'm getting this right, on her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card, her food stamp balance is $13,401.82 for 1 month. That's this individual's food stamp balance for 1 month. Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance after you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever. But somehow this bitch who has literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm going to say it again. This bitch who has never paid anything into the system is somehow worthy to get $13,401.82. Cash balance is $4,498.85. The fuck? I really do need a goody powder. That's just one. That's one of them. That's one of them. New York has hundreds of thousands of these foreign nationals roaming around. Why does she have $13,000 in food stamps? I'm mystified. I mean, veterans are literally sleeping on the freaking streets with maybe $100, $200 a month in food stamps. And they fought in wars to protect this country. They don't get $13,000 a month in food stamps. And they don't get $4,498 a month in cash. I'm looking at it. I can't even believe this is real. This is actually real. Senior citizens have to go back to work after working for 70 years. In their 80s, they have to work to greet at Walmart or Costco because they can't stop working. They don't have enough money with this so-called Inflation Reduction Act and the extremely high inflation thanks to Biden Harris. And you're going to vote for this shit to continue? Oh my God, don't talk to me. if you even, I mean, the identity politics aside, Kamala Harris has an open checkbook. She has an endless credit card on your tax dime. And she does not buy cheap things. She can buy whatever she wants. She can drive whatever she wants. She can live wherever she wants because she has the money, thanks to you and your tax donations. And of course, the big donors, foreign and domestic, probably mostly foreign, but whatever, $13,000. This Venezuelan migrant gets $13,000 a month in food stamps. Another 4,400. That's just a balance. That means it started higher than that. So this individual had even more than that, than what I just mentioned. In what world is this allowed? I am seeing videos in Venezuela where she just came here from, where there are hundreds of thousands of people taking to the streets because of the rigged you-know-what that just took place, where Nicolas Maduro does not want to leave power. So he's just like the Katie Hobbs of Venezuela is just sitting there like, nope, I ain't leaving. Even though exit polls show that the other candidate won clearly based on what the people want. You can make a machine say anything you want when you program it. But what do the people want? Do you really want this? Do you really want 4 more years of this? Because it will get worse. They're going to be buying these people homes like flat out and just giving it to them. BlackRock, Vanguard, they'll just continue to buy up homes and rent them out, and Harris will just give government subsidies to these migrants so that they can have homes while you figure out where you're going to live because they have priced you out. But these migrants have government subsidies for the rest of their pathetic existence on your tax dollars. Oh my God. $13,000 a month in food stamps, another $5,000 or so a month in cash to a Venezuelan migrant who just got here. And you want to vote for Harris? Damn.
Shout outs to Dissident Whitley, bringing all the facts, leaving no stone unturned. Yeah, she up on it. She know what she talking about. She has every right to be pissed. Just thinking about it is like, what? Like we seen in that Nick Jackson video, $4,250. You richer than 50% of the people in America. If you holding that right now, that's how hard times are. Shoot, give me $13,000. I'll take $5,000 cash. We all would. Give it to everybody.
You know, I saw that the McDonald's earnings report just came out. Why is it so concerning?
Because they missed their earnings expectations. And McDonald's traditionally, if you heard of the Big Mac index, it's traditionally on a macro level been a gauge of how consumers are doing, not just here, globally, right? And from Yardeni research, that was the first sales decline in 13 straight quarters, the first time they're reporting that. So basically what the picture tells you, the bigger picture is, yeah, they missed your earnings, whatever, but the bigger picture that tells you is there's a concern about consumer spending, not just here, worldwide. So that tells you consumers don't want to spend. That means their slowdown is coming. Right? Because we're a consumer-based economy. If the consumers don't spend, it creates a slowdown in our economy. And also, you look at what did they just do recently, right? $5 menu or something. They're trying to do that right now. It's something that they have an initiative on. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, it's ridiculous.
No longer the $1 menu. It's the $5 menu.
No, I mean, like, no longer, $7, Egg McMuffins. value. What's a Big Mac meal now? Some places here, $12, $13. It's,
Tiffany and I just went to McDonald's and she was like, why is that sandwich $14?
Yeah. So what it tells you is McDonald's is taking steps to lower their prices, right? So things are too expensive, basically, and consumers are pulling back. And that's not a good sign. You look at oil, you look at everything. It looks like prices are deflating right now, which is, like I said before, it's good to, when we have inflation, you want to bring the prices down, but now it's deflationary pressures may be causing an economic slowdown.
Because I remember before when you used to describe deflation, it meant recession.
Well,
usually.
Okay, so this kind of, you pivot this into like the discussion of like reducing rates, right? Everyone's rates are too high. You don't want to get into a situation where rates come crashing down so fast. That tells you what? You're in a recession. And this could be a sign that you might be taking steps towards that.
So you don't think it has anything to do with minimum wage?
It absolutely has a lot to do with that. Their costs on these companies, not just McDonald's and everybody else, like, the consumers, like that you gauge consumer spending is Target, Walmart, Burger King, KFC, and all that. With all the wage pressures, they raise their prices, right? So when they raised their prices, everything became so expensive.
I see.
You see what, right?
Yeah.
So everything became so freaking expensive, no one wants to go eat there anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And in general, that's why they're all dropping their prices. And they're missing their earnings estimates. That's a bigger picture view of like consumer spending, is retrenching. It's pulling back. And I don't know where the fine line, the tipping point is from like, let them pull back, bring the inflation down, or let them go below it.
Yeah.
And then when, like I said, recessionary situations, it's like a train going, over the crest and starts going down the hill. The minute it starts accelerating down, you can stand on the brakes. It's just going to skid its way down. It's going to be very, very difficult to stop that thing.
Yeah.
That's, so in a nutshell, this McDonald's thing could potentially be a sign of that.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Shout outs to Alexis and Dean, breaking it down, the financials, even though they under just 1%. As you can see, it's the first time in a long time. I like the analogy he used with the train going over the hill. This might be one hard train to stop.
Okay guys, some pretty major breaking news. The situation in the Middle East is really escalating right now. So let's start with this one. The Pentagon, they've just deployed additional fighter jets and warships to the region to defend Israel in case of an attack. France, they've urged their citizens to immediately leave Iran. Cyprus said that they're expanding their plans to support a large-scale evacuation to help people leave the Middle East in case the war expands. Poland, they've just advised their citizens to not travel to Lebanon, Israel, or Iran right now. Multiple airlines have suspended or postponed their flights to the region, including United Airlines, Delta, Turkish Airways, Wizz Air, and a few more. This one's, Senator Lindsey Graham introduced a joint resolution to authorize the use of U.S. armed forces against Iran for threatening the national security of the United States through the development of nuclear weapons. Hearing that, I get it, it's pretty crazy, but also keep in mind that this is just being introduced. It still has, excuse me, a long way to go before it would become law. The leader of Hezbollah, I know I might have mispronounced that last time, I don't know. They've just said that this conflict with Israel has entered a new phase. Keywords there after the back-to-back assassination of their senior commander and Hamas's leader. Now, on that note, even Biden said that the assassination was not helpful for a ceasefire in Israel's war with Gaza. So, hearing all of this, slightly worrying times ahead of us, it seems, but, as of right now, it is morning in Israel, so we have made it through another night without them getting hit or attacked, so we'll just have to see what happens next. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated.
Shout outs to Dylan Page. That's major breaking news. At this point, we'll never get GTA 6.
So now that we know that the Sonia Massey shooting was premeditated, because we know that there was an argument between Sonia Massey and the cop's wife at the hospital, the emergency room, or wherever she was at prior that day, and we know that the cop had that discussion with his wife about the issue that the wife had with Sonia Massey. And then the cop goes and causes the disturbance outside of Sonia Massey's home in order to wait for the call to then be able to come into her house or to her home to then unalive her, right? So this is what makes it, in my eyes, 100% premeditated. But now that we know that, where does that leave his partner? His partner had to have been with him the whole time. His partner had to have been with him when the cop went and committed the disturbance in order to wait for the call. You know, this guy, his partner knew what was going down. So if you remember during that interaction, you remember the partner outside on the porch said, okay, so we're done, let's get out of here. Like, he was like, shit, I can't believe nothing went wrong. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get out of here before. But then the other guy's like, no, wait, I'm not done yet. So where does that leave the partner? And this is what we always talk about. Why we believe all cops are bad. The partner did nothing to stop it. He just figured, man, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna do nothing to this woman. But he never stopped the other guy from doing shit. I was taught that if you know of a crime and you do nothing about it, you don't report it, you're complicit. You're in on it. The thing is, did he know what that guy was gonna go do?
Shout outs to Cricket 142. Yeah, if he knew, he's definitely an accessory to the fact. I feel the wife should be prosecuted as well for undisclosing her medical records.
So all of our history is fake. There were castles and big, massive buildings in America before Columbus in 1492, before he even got here. So if there were already all these massive castles, massive buildings, and all these people before 1492, then how did they have the technology while Christopher Columbus is coming over on those 3 ships that they used? And where are those ships? How come we don't see those ships? You have Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon in Arizona. So were people from Egypt in Arizona design things the same fashion as Egypt in the Grand Canyon? I mean, think of how far the distance is from that. And how did they travel across to get there? Even if you went by boat, and then you, I guess, went across with a horse and a wagon, or a horse and a chariot, it's going to take you a long time.
I'm not allowed to say certain things, but our world has more secrets than you think. Read our book. Link in profile bio.
Be unburdened by what has been. See what can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Have a sense of vision about what can be unburdened by what has been. To see what
can be unburdened by what has been. I can't be the only one that sees that symbolism every time she says it.
Shout outs to Fizzle20. Yeah, that was a good catch right there. That's crazy. What a coincidence.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
yes,
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people we're related already, so this is perfect. It's basically true. And so were you raised eating South Indian food?
South Indian food.
Y'all, Kamala, you done sat up here. You done sat up here and told us you were black. But here you are talking about you were raised as Indian. So and then you lied and said you used to wash your collard greens in the bathtub. Girl, you just told this woman you grew up off of Indian food. So I doubt your Indian family taught you how to wash collard greens in the bathtub. Y'all, listen, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you support. Don't let this woman play in your face talking about she black when we clearly got the evidence that she ain't black. She even said it. She said she Indian. She was raised as South Asian and Indian. But you black too? Why come you didn't correct her and say you are Indian and black? You ran as an Indian senator. Why you didn't run as a black and Indian senator?
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. Before we go, I want to give a huge shout out to Brendan on becoming the channel's newest member. Thanks, Brendan. I appreciate your support. Peace and blessings. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.